Hey guys, shout out to my YouTube subscribers and hey to those that are not yet subscribed to my page that are watching my video. Hey guys, I have not done a video in quite some time. It's understandable. I've been going through some very difficult situations in my life, and I want to say one thing of importance. Well, actually, I hope my video is of importance, all of it. But anyway, not to make a joke out of it, but one thing I want to say is that when you are going through tough times, you're going through difficult times in your life, and you feel as if you cannot get through those situations in your life. You feel like the world is against you. You feel like you have people trying to bring you down, destroy your destiny, destroy you in general. One thing I want to say is that there is light. Okay, and here's one thing that I used to share on my videos a long time ago. I used to say that there is not light at the end of the tunnel. There is light right here, right? God gives us that light. God gives us that strength, which is our light to persevere, to get to the end of the tunnel. And people are like, well, I'm gonna wait till I get to the end of the tunnel because there's light at the end. No, you have to know that you have it right here, right? Because God is who gives us the light. And if you have that mindset, you keep that mindset that you are the light and you're going through the darkness, you're always going to get through the situation. There is no light at the end of the tunnel. Why? Because you have the light. You carry the light. And when you have God in your life, God allows you to burn brighter and you get through the darkness, right? With God, because you're never alone. You're never alone. Guys, I have been going through some very tough things, and I got some little pigeons out there. I just fed them some bread, so they're flying all over the place. That I've been going through some really tough times, and people have tried to destroy my life, like literally take my life from me. Like they wanted to wipe me off the face of the earth type of situation, right? And they wanted me to not get up and not shine and not be a beacon of hope, you know. And I've been very quiet, right? I have been for quite some time, because God's like, look, I'm gonna have to put you in a situation where you are just one with me, right? And I want you to trust me. I want you to know that your tough times are not going to last. And I've been going through that, right? And that's why I haven't really been doing much of anything lately. I've been very tired. Well, tired for multiple reasons. Well, yeah, multiple reasons. Anyway, that's called coming to the surface too. You know, I don't like to share my news in like right out openly. I kind of roundabout like to share it, right? Because what the enemy doesn't know, the enemy can't destroy. Look, it's already solidified. The enemy cannot destroy my union, my destiny, my life, my future, right? That's not going to happen, right? It's not. Just as the enemy cannot destroy yours. If you allow the enemy to, the enemy could possibly do it. But if you know that you have God with you, right? You know that God is that beacon of light in your heart that's going to guide you through those dark times. And if you know that, you can get through anything. So I've kind of been going through a lot of that lately, and God's like, look, I need you to sit back. I need you to take a basically like a time out. I'm like, oh, time out, awesome. But it hasn't been the most pleasant situation, right? Because I have had to 100% wholly, yeah, pun intended, wholly, totally rely on God for everything, right? I'm over there going, God, when am I going to get my next meal? God, am I going to be able to eat today? God, right? And it has allowed me to 100% say, yeah, I do trust God. And I do know that God is going to sustain me. And he has every single day. And I'm sitting there going, how in the world am I getting through this? God, you know, and I know it's God. And God gets all the credit, right? God gets all the credit, because I would not be able to survive this. I don't think a lot of people know the extent of how difficult it is to go through what I've been through. And I know there's people out there who have been through a lot of things, but what I'm talking about is way different. You know, our lives are all different. Okay, so I can't speak on what you've gone through, right? Just as you can't speak on what I've gone through. And I don't want to downplay anybody's suffering, because suffering is suffering and it's miserable. But mentally, you know, I have people out there trying to say that I am not mentally stable, and I'm like, would a stable person be able to survive what I've been through? I mean, mentally unstable? No. I mean, I don't even think that there are a lot of stable people out there that would have been able to survive what I've been through. Knowing my story, when it comes out, you'll be like, yeah, you're real stable. Yes. And I've had people try to say that I'm not. It's part of gaslighting, okay? That is what it's called. It is called gaslighting. And the enemy, and there are people out there who I thought were not enemies, and I'm like finding out that they are, and I'm like, you know, I forgive people, but that does not mean that I'm going to go back into that situation. I'm never going to do that ever again. And if that means that I have to love and forgive people from a distance, then that's what I have to do. God's like, yeah, you're going to have to start a new life, and we are not going back to that. But forgive and forget and move on. But it doesn't mean that I have to go back into it. I'm not, and I won't, you know, because there are people that I did not think were enemies that are actually the cause of all my pain and all my suffering and everything that I went through. And I'm sitting there going, oh my gosh, you know, because God has given me the gift of discernment, and my intuition is just, whoa, point on, right? Because God speaks to me, and I'm like, oh God, no, that can't be real. That can't be right. And then God's like, ding, ding, ding. And I see it a million times. I'm like, oh gosh. But the enemy will try to downplay your suffering, and they will try to, dim your light, okay? Or they will try to gaslight other people, and they will get flying monkeys, right? Flying monkeys being the people that they recruit to destroy your reputation, to say, hey, you're this and you're that and you're, and it's like, why? It's like, I'm not doing anything to you. And see, in the end, God knows everything. God knows the truth. And that's kind of why I've been really quiet. You know, God's like, look, we're gonna have to take a little time out. And I've had a good opportunity to be able to just relax and take it easy. And it's, you know, not knowing where I'm going or what I'm doing or when I'm gonna have my next meal or have a place to live and all this. And I'm like, but God, I trust you wholeheartedly, 100%, that I know you're not gonna keep me in this situation. I mean, obviously it would be really bad to keep me in this situation, you know, in my condition. Let's just put it that way. It would be a very detrimental thing. But I trust God 100%. And God is the only being that I do trust. This whole situation has just been a huge eye-opener. I used to have those rose-colored glasses, and I thought that everybody was my friend. And I'm like, oh, jeez, I got a lot more enemies than I thought. But just know that you're going to be able to get through any situation as long as you know and feel that your light is right here, okay? There is no light at the end of the tunnel. The light is in you. And as you go through the darkness, as you go through the dark tunnel of your life, as you go through the darkness, you're going to realize that it's here and it's been here all along. And as long as you have God, God's going to allow you to shine that light so bright, and you'll get through those tough times in your life, and you will shine and shine and shine. And it's your flashlight, right? It's your flashlight through the tough times. It's your flashlight through the darkness. And your flashlight shines through. And you don't have to wait to get to the end. You're like, God, you know what? I got this light, and we're going to keep going together. Hold my hand and let's do this thing. God's never going to leave you. Ever. So shine your light within you brightly